90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Is that fight happening in Vegas still? Because
I'll let you guys know when it's time to let you know.
Regarding this TKO boxing thing, it did seem kind of interesting because I know that there was the Netflix upfronts, and I believe there were rumors that perhaps something was going to happen there with this Canelo and Crawford event. Turkey was pretty big on making it clear that you would be the head promoter, and then he did say, actually, you were going to be head promoter, and they didn't have a broadcaster, and then it was actually Sella's going to promote it, and it's going to be his own pay-per-view, Ring Magazine, all of that stuff.
When boxing's smartest strategist faces off with Mexico's pound-for-pound champion, you don't just get hype, you get a moment that stuns the entire fight world. At the official press conference for Canelo Alvarez versus Terence "Bud" Crawford, fans weren't treated to a typical face-off. Instead, what unfolded sent shockwaves through the sport, completely shifting the story and leaving every major outlet racing to report the news.
It's their levels and their stars and superstars. Okay, and they made the championship, not the championship made them.
This wasn't just a press event. It was a message, a warning shot, and pure mind games. And guess what? Terence Crawford came out on top. Let's break it down. So what really went down? The event launched in Vegas, staged like a championship showdown, but with gloves instead of footballs. Everyone thought it'd be the usual respectful jabs and the classic "I'm ready" talk.
Because we are two fighters.
Yeah, two fighters.
True fighters.
True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. We're going to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fight ever happen in boxing. And I am sure.
Yeah.
And fist up. Starts good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
Crawford showed up ready for war, while Canelo kept his cool. But then Crawford cranked up the heat, grabbed the mic, and dropped a chilling, confident message that had Canelo looking tense and the crowd buzzing. He said, "You're in your prime, and I'm in mine, but I'm smarter, stronger, and undefeated." Canelo stayed still, but the world felt the impact. What makes this fight even wilder is that it's not just a boxing match anymore. It's got Netflix, DAZN, UFC, and Saudi Arabia all in the mix. Yes, Turkey Al-Sheikh gave it the green light. This is the fight of the century. Dana White's backing it, and the money behind it is unreal. But here's the thing, this fight isn't just big. It's dangerous.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence "Bud" Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, "Can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life." And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Canelo Alvarez, 34, is fresh off a strong win against William Skull and currently holds all the super middleweight titles.
He boxed a little bit too much, defensive-minded a little bit too much.
Right hand to the body there from Canelo. Ultra elusive, if you want to call it that, in Arislandi Lara. Right hand.
Crawford, 37, is a flawless 4-division world champion who still carries sharp timing and the fearless grit he was born with in Omaha. But here's the wild part. Crawford isn't just moving up a weight class, he's jumping up 2 to make this fight happen. That's not a step, it's a leap off the edge of the fight game cliff.
I'm saying at once. Right. I'm saying I started at 135. I'm just saying, like, say if Canelo was the champion at 147, to go up once.
Right,
yeah.
right in one jump.
Yeah, in one jump.
It's a big jump too. 21 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight.
People often forget that Crawford started his journey at lightweight. He's been rising step by step, beating everyone in his path. But super middleweight is Canelo's territory, and the edge here isn't just about size. It could come down to power, toughness, and control of the ring. Still, don't think Crawford's scared. He's out for the kill.
Every time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canelo. You know how Billy do it too. Yeah. I'll be like, man, come on, man. Yeah. So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at it, like okay. And he like, he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, all right. I'm laughing, but at the same time it started hitting me like, all right, man, maybe he on to something. You know, and then I started sizing him up, and I'm like, all right, well, Canelo 5'7", you know, my arm's longer.
Yeah.
You know, he's strong, I'm strong.
Right.
You know, it be, to me, skill for skill.
Right.
You know, because Canelo not the biggest 168 fighter. So I just started looking into it, and I'm like...
Now let's get into the press conference surprise. Most thought Crawford would stay calm. Some even figure he'd tone it down, considering the tough odds he's facing. But instead, he went all in, flipping the script. He came with receipts, called out Canelo for avoiding him for years, and even took shots at the opponents Canelo's faced lately.
I've been beating up big dudes all my
Because they underestimate your bud.
It's just, even if they didn't, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, I can fight.
Right.
You know, so if you watch, like, all these dudes bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't care, but I'm gonna find a way to win, no matter what.
In September, are you gonna pull this? I shook up the world. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you.
Definitely. That's definitely gonna be, you know what I mean, one of the moments, you know. I need the doubters to fuel me. What you think he'll do if he go up 2 more weight classes? I need that, you know, because that's gonna make me more focused and turn into a different animal. So I need the people to say, I can't do this, or I'm not good.
Canelo didn't respond with words, but the look in his eyes said everything. We've seen this kind of stare before, like when Billy Joe Saunders tried to get under his skin or when Caleb Plant stepped up to him. Canelo answered those mind games with brutal body shots and knockout finishes. But Crawford isn't like the others. He's more focused, more tactical, and a lot more dangerous.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just... Obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be.
And let's be real, Terence Crawford didn't just pop up for this fight. He's been calling out Canelo for years, like this was always part of the plan, even when people said it couldn't happen. Too risky, too small, too crazy. Canelo never needed this fight, but Crawford stayed locked in. He never backed off or acted like he was in over his head.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass.
Like yes, man. Type, you know what I mean?
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Masvidal.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about...
While Canelo brushed him off publicly, saying he had nothing to prove to Crawford and would only consider the fight if the money was right, he was mentally shadowboxing him the whole time.
Bud Crawford, just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2, 3 weights plus less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Right? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we'll see.
In every interview and post-fight moment, Crawford has made one thing clear. This isn't about chasing money. It's about legacy. He's moving up 2 weight classes, not for attention, but because he genuinely wants to face the best. And that mindset is dangerous. He's stepping in with confidence, strength, and focus. I told you I was built different, he said. Being labeled the underdog doesn't shake him, it fuels him.
But I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
But not everyone's sold on the Crawford hype. Boxing legend Shane Mosley recently spoke out, saying Crawford's heart might be bigger than his body, and that could be a real issue. He warned that if Crawford tries to trade shots up close with Canelo, it's game over. According to Mosley, Crawford simply isn't built for that weight. And honestly, he's got a point. Crawford looked bulked up at the press conference, but at 168 pounds, size makes a difference, and Canelo is built like a tank. Now here's the twist. This fight isn't just about titles. It's about power, pride, and legacy. Canelo has ruled the pound-for-pound list for years. But if Crawford beats him, he won't just win. He'll become the clear best of this era. And Crawford knows it. That's why he's risking it all. The weight jump, the power gap, and the critics. Because he wants that GOAT title.
Come to a point, how long ago was it for yourself when you realised that the Canelo Alvarez fight is a possibility for you?
Just you know what I mean, looking over the landscape of boxing and the opportunities and the accomplishment that Canelo had, and you know, sizing them up and things like that. I know we ain't never been in the ring before, but you know, it's a great opportunity for me in my career.
And that idea of yourself of chasing greatness, inside, how much does that excite you over that, with it all together, that idea of chasing greatness? It's always something you've done, to do that sort of stepping up in weights. How much is that an exciting proposition for you?
Oh, it's very exciting. It's like throwing gasoline on a bucket of fire. You know, I'm very competitive, and I'm looking to be competitive in a fight.
He proved the doubters wrong at 147 when Errol Spence was expected to beat him. Instead, Crawford turned him into a meme. That wasn't just a win, it was total domination that made the world take notice. Now, he's aiming to do the same to Canelo. But at 168 pounds, it's a whole different challenge.
I can't go down anymore. But you know, like he say, you know, when they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't wanna get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he needs to enjoy his fight. He deserves it. He deserves it. I like Spence, but you know, I like Spence and all the respect for him and everything. But I knew. I think is the type of fight Terence Crawford is different. 168, but like I say, like he say, nobody's gonna give me credit for that.
Thank you very much.
And don't overlook the business side. With Dana White in the mix, this is set to be the most spectacle-packed boxing match in years. We're talking lights, fireworks, WrestleMania-style entrances, and a global Netflix stream. It's bringing boxing back into the mainstream in a big way. Add in a 3-city media tour, Saudi Arabia, New York, and Vegas, and this isn't just a fight anymore. It's a full-blown event. Truth is, Crawford has always thrived as the underdog. People doubt him because of his size, but skills are what count. And Crawford has some of the sharpest timing, deadliest counters, and slickest switch-hitting footwork in the sport. Let's talk about skill, because Crawford isn't just smooth, he's precise. His footwork is top tier, his stance switches from orthodox to southpaw effortlessly, and his ring IQ is so sharp it's like he's reading opponents in real time. His timing is elite. He can counter off the back foot, pressure you forward, or bait you with feints before landing a sniper-accurate left hand. His punches aren't just strong, they're smart and perfectly placed. Add in slick head movement and the ability to roll with shots, and he becomes extremely hard to pin down. Crawford isn't just showing up to survive at 168, he's here to outbox the bigger man, and he's got the tools to do it. Funny how things change. When Canelo fought Mayweather, he was the young powerhouse lacking polish. Now, Crawford is the one with killer instincts and surgical patience. And if Canelo thinks he's facing just another heavy hitter, he's in for a rude awakening. That's why the boxing world is torn. Canelo fans call this an easy win for the Mexican champ, pointing to his size, power, and proven dominance at 168. To them, Crawford's just too small, and this isn't 147.
In the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you
of
feel
course,
big.
yeah. I like Terence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just the fight, and, you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now, but I want Canelo to win, and he can win for sure, but Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him, and I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
But then there are the Bud supporters, loyal fans and experts who say, Crawford is pound for pound #1 for a reason. They believe skill outweighs size, and that Crawford's fight IQ, speed, and ability to adjust make him the real danger here. This isn't just a match, it's a showdown between eras, styles, and legacies. And after that press conference, it's safe to say Crawford already has the early edge in the mental game. Some fans even think he's been secretly preparing for Canelo for over a year, bulking up behind the scenes while calling him out online. Others believe Canelo only accepted the fight because the pressure from Turkey and Netflix made it too big to ignore. Either way, it's going down on September 13th at Allegiant Stadium. No more dodging.
Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again.
So who's really ready for this? Will Canelo's size, experience, and non-stop pressure be too much to handle? Or can Crawford's speed, sharp mind, and pinpoint accuracy pull off one of the biggest upsets in modern boxing? One thing's clear, after that press conference, this is way beyond hype. It's war. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who you got? And don't forget to like and subscribe.